What's up and welcome to the 2024 Nouns Roundup, brought to you by the Nouns Square. I'm Jack Wyldes, here to reminisce on the banger of a year that we've had as Nouns. And let me tell you what, Nouns fun's cool shit. There's no way that I could cover it all, but I can play the greatest hits from the last 12 months, and I hope that they bring back some memories and a lot of joy as we barrel straight into 2025. In 2024, Nouns really started migrating from X to Farcaster in a big way, embracing that decentralized ethos and community-driven control. And let's face it, Nouns didn't really just join Farcaster, they were innovating there. We saw builders like Willie and Jesse create new clients like Nounspace. Seneca and Salamander evolved Prop House into what is now known as Rounds, which Noun-pilled tons of new people while benefiting other communities. Just check out the Nounish Animators channel and you'll find all sorts of new talent that started creating with Nouns. And since there's not really a central hub for the Noggle Curious, the Nouns channel in Farcaster has kind of become the de facto spot for not just governance discussion, but keeping up with contributions being made to the culture. The channel has grown a ton, 106,000 followers and almost 500 members. That doesn't even include the Nounish side quest channels from builders like Prof. Warder, Toady Hawk, and Chris Carella. These extremely Nounish folks who have created their own lane on Farcaster through things like GM Farcaster, Yellow Collective, and Purple DAO. Nouns X Farcaster was a big deal in 2024, but it was just one of the many sick collabs this year. So, what are some of those other collabs? Well, how about Nouns and Pudgy Penguins? Technically, that collab was from last year, but it was featured this year on Kaisenat's stream. You have Nouns and Ledger pushing out nanos designed by Meshup and Greta Grimplin. Nouns collabed with Pizza DAO to throw another global pizza party, and they collabed with the Park DAO to make the FWB Fest way more Nounish. And hear me out, Nouns basically collabed with Vitalik, the main character of ETH, as he sported a pair of golden noggles gifted to him from Chris Carella and Big Shot Clem. But I think we count it. Nouns are still known for public good, and this year was no different. They donated 40 ETH to the Tornado Cash Legal Defense Fund, a case that could have set a precedent for privacy in Web3 and freedom to publish code without persecution. That case recently was ruled as overstepping by the US Treasury Department, which was a great win for on-chain communities. Plus, we had the stunning short Delivery at Dawn, funded by Nouns, that we turned into a drawposal and put it on Zora, which minted 36,000 times, with 80% of the proceeds going directly to the Protocol Guild. Nouns sponsored builders on Base through on-chain summer build-a-thons, and they continued supporting Nouns Fair and their work at hackathons all over the world. Just recently, Nouns voted to support prescription precious noggles for kids, providing high-quality eyewear to the children in need, aiming to assist 15,000 children per year globally, all while promoting sustainability and recycling practices. And they're really awesome. Nouns joined forces with Australia's Variety Charity again this year, supporting their annual Christmas party and the very epic Variety Bash, decking out a caravan of cars and noggles to drive 2,100 miles, providing schools with grants and injecting funds into regional communities. Nouns broke ground on a school in Uganda that's close to completion. They also support alternative funding projects like Flows.WTF and Rounds, which have their own public good initiatives. So there's no telling how far Nouns' public good reach goes. It's these types of things that makes Nouns so incredible to be a part of. But the other thing is the content.
We have content to talk about. Have a little faith in the process. Anyway.
The content coming out of this community over the last year was incredible. Shark Pickle Cone, the doc by Stupid Buddy, was officially released. Rise of Blues, a Nouns movie, dropped the first 3 chapters and just passed the prop for the final act. We had mini docs like Sunny in Nicaragua, Road to Nounstown, Bin Body Decoded, and every single short from Nouns Fest was awesome. Well, that stuff wasn't for you. Don't worry, we got more. How about cooking? Have you seen Better Between Bread, the new Nouns Deli show? It's rad. One of my favorites, actually. And we had the Zero Rights Reserve pod with host Toady Hawk, who is absolutely crushing it in season 2. But what about the content creators that are going viral, like Quack and Lola, the cute, lovable duck mascots who now have millions of followers on Instagram? And let me tell you, they're slinging some serious plush. Oh, those ducks? They're not the only one. Nounish, who revamped their content direction in 2024, is blowing up. using Nouns as a catalyst for creativity to build an amazing show series for artists that's racking up millions of views, and rightfully so, because it is so good. What about Nouns Esports, who had another giant year? From their run at the International in Copenhagen to their cross-country Smash tournament series, which ended at the Nouns Invitational in New York. They partnered with Matcha Swap and Adidas. They've traveled the globe in pursuit of W's and proliferation, and they've built a huge loyal fan base. They've shown that they can integrate Nouns into gaming culture, which, I mean, come on, who doesn't want to do that? That's huge. And they're about to do it again in 2025, but this time with a greater focus on Smash Brothers events. And I'm here for it. 2024 was an awesome year for Nouns, but I think 2025 is going to be a lot better because I learned that Nouns can become anything. I'm sorry, it's facts. A deli in Melbourne, a chocolate bar in Denver, a bunch of beans, not the baked ones, but the roasted kind in bags. It can be breakers at the Olympics, shuffleboard club in Chicago, a timepiece on your wrist, or a Japanese skill toy called kendama. Nouns goes beyond screens and on merch, on plaster and wax. It could be IRL or just on chain. It can become shelter for homeless cats. It could be a pirate ship with noggles for kids to all play, or a song from the song guy after 1,000 days. Nouns is so much more than a person, place, or thing. It's a school in Uganda or a tigress keychain. There's been forks and Dunas, some rugs and some flops, but now Nouns can become a million ERC20s on Nounswap. No matter a bull or a bear, Nouns will make the world better because it's one noun a day, every day, forever. So shout out you weirdos who keep making Nouns great. And if you're not into Nouns, what'd your community create? I love you. I'll see you next year. Cheers, Nouns.